Good morning, guys. So, welcome to my second episode of the Who Would Win series. Today's episode is Li Fong versus Kwon. Li Fong is a fictional character from the Karate Kid Legends movies. I went to the movie theater and watched it. It was really good. I loved the movie. I was really scared and frightened at the same time because Connor Day, apparently, who's the main antagonist, was really aggressive, and that's all I can say. If you haven't seen the Karate Kid Legends movie, if I were you, I would watch the movie before watching this video because this will contain a lot of spoilers, and I don't want to, you know, don't get mad at me because I'm doing this. Okay? If I were you, I'll click off this video right now, go watch the movie, and then come back. All right? All right, so we're gonna go through each person's backstory, okay? So without further ado, if you guys like what you see right here, like, comment, subscribe. Whoever comments first, I'll pin their comment under to their comment down below. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, like I said, Li Fong is a character from Karate Kid Legends. He is really skilled at Kung Fu, okay? Kung Fu is a martial arts, but it's way different than karate that I take. I wouldn't learn Kung Fu because I'm not suitable for Kung Fu. Anyway, this has nothing to do with me. It's just about Li Fong here. So Li is a really skilled Kung Fu fighter, and then the day came the cafeteria fight. They were fighting outside, right? Connor and Li were fighting. Connor's like, "You want to do this?" He makes fun of him and calls him Beijing. Beijing is a nickname. Well, capital. What is it? Beijing is the capital of China, so that's what Connor calls Li. Okay, and Connor's like, "You know the first rule of karate, right?" And he demands Li the fight, and Li is like, "Okay, you want to do this? All right, fine." So he shoves him, and then Connor's just smirking, and he's like, "You really want to do this, Beijing? I'll take it easy on you. No hands." So Connor didn't even have to try, okay? He had his hands in his pockets the whole time being a show off while fighting. Lee was using every single move he can, but it wasn't enough because Connor was whooping him, okay? So the next thing he does is he tries the dragon kick. He lands it but gets kicked in the face. The teachers break it up, and Connor continues to taunt Lee, saying that he's not good and they'll fight in the finals. So this is I'm gonna put Connor's backstory now. Okay. Well, this is Li Fong and Kwon. I'll be doing that in the next episode. I'll probably do in the afternoon later today or something. So let's continue more about Li Fong. So Li Fong fights many opponents to earn a spot for the Five Boroughs champion. This is how the tournament rules work. And once again, this is a spoiler, so if I were you, do not watch this video, okay? Anyway, the Five Borough tournament is basically a one-on-one karate all-out tournament. Whoever scores points on your opponent wins. That means 8 points to win or 8 points for a KO. Same thing. So Lee, his first opponent was Buddha. Something like that. Buddha is like a Greek name, a biblical. It's not from the Bible, but it's like a Greek god name or something, whatever. But that was his first opponent, and Lee beats him. And Buddha tells Lee like he's happy to be here. He's like, "Welcome to the Five Boroughs," and Lee's like, "No problem, happy to be here." And what he doesn't know is not that the fight isn't over. Okay, the fight wasn't over. So Lee goes to the finals where he will face Connor Day in the finals. The fight was so crazy, okay? It was a very close match. Lee was getting handled on the floor because Connor's really strong. He has he has human strength, which is not even possible for a kid. Besides, Lee weighs like what, 125 pounds, and he weighs like probably a little bit more, like 150. How are you strong to lift 100 pounds, dude? Jeez. Anyway, the two fight in the finals. The referee tells them to bow to each other, which Connor doesn't. And he would be so disrespectful. He would not play by the rules. He would do unnecessary moves that shouldn't be happening. And I'll explain who wins the match in the next episode. Now it's time to go for Kwon's backstory now. Kwon, his first appearance was in the third episode of Cobra Kai season 6. I was like, what in the world? Who is this guy? Whoever he is, I'm ready to, like you know in Street Fighter, right? If you defeat an opponent, you'll hear a music on the screen saying, "Here comes a new challenger," and I'm like, "Here comes a new challenger because we got a new opponent now." Kwon is a supporting character in Cobra Kai, and he's also a main antagonist and a major antagonist in Cobra Kai season 6. His first appearance was in season 6, and his first appearance was in episode 3. So episode 3 was crazy because Sensei Kim, who's the female sensei of Cobra Kai, who always believes that Cobra Kai, the motto is no mercy because they don't show mercy to their opponents, like they don't even care. So like they just do whatever they want to. But anyway, so Kwon here, he tells one of his opponents or classmates, I don't know what you call students. He told his opponent to hold the board up, and then Kwon gets into his fighting stance and he does the 360 spinning back kick to break the board with his left leg. And Kwon's like, yeah, that's how you do it. But unfortunately, Sensei Kim is furious and he tells Kwon that he didn't follow the lesson. So for a punishment, he had to clean his grandfather's toilet. I'm sorry for saying it, but it's true, okay? And everyone will start laughing at him. And then Yoon will come in and Yoon will start taunting Kwon. He said, "You're pathetic, get lost. We want to be in punishment if it wasn't for your stupid actions." And Kwon did not like that, so he wanted revenge. So he went to Sensei Kreese and told him this. Kwon is like, "Hey, you're trying to get students angry at me for something that I wanted to do?" And he's like, "You think that I'm afraid of them?" And Sensei Kreese is like, "I know you're not afraid, but you need to understand, like you're not following the lesson, you're being really disrespectful. But if you want to be a champion, you gotta find your skills and strengths so you can beat the you so you can be the terrifying fighter in the Sekai Tekai." I'm sorry for starting you guys. I said in the previous video, I'm being honest, I do stutter a lot, so please don't make fun of me for it. But anyway, so Kwon goes out there and he has a flashback of what Sensei Kreese said to him. He said that if you want to prove that you are the best fighter in the class, there's only one way to do that. What is the way, you ask? Well, he will start beating them up. And here's the crazy part. Yoon is like, he tells Kwon, "What's the matter? You haven't had enough?" And Kwon's like, "Yeah, I've had enough of you and your trash talk." So Yoon doesn't like that. He's offended. So he starts fighting Kwon, and Kwon will start acting aggressive, and he would punch his leg so hard. And Kwon demands Yoon that he thinks he was the best student, and he thinks that he's the better fighter than everyone else, and he can't even. And Kwon literally roasted Yoon, saying that you can't even think for yourself. And of course, Yoon is very mad, so he tries to punch him, but Kwon does a spinning hook kick on his face, and Kwon is like, "What's wrong? Can't get up?" And he's like, "You guys want to keep fighting? Let's go. Fine, come on, let's go. Hurry up." So Kwon does a 1v3 against two other students. Kwon does very well. The other two will be on offense. Kwon will be on defense, and Kwon will punch one of the students so hard in the face he wouldn't get up. So they thought they were done, right? So Kwon comes in action, and he runs and he does a splitting kick on both opponents on the stomach. And to make things worse, Kwon almost tried to kill Yoon by doing the chop to the neck. I tried doing the move and it hurts. Trust me on that, you guys. And then he does a silver bullet. Like, dude, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill him? Sensei Kim sees this, and of course she's very terrified of what's happening, so she runs away in fear. Now, let's put these two together and see who wins. I want you guys to comment down who's going to win this fight between Lee and Kwon. So without further ado, let's go. Striking strength goes to Lee, 1-0. Even though he lost to Connor, he still did a impressive 1v3 by himself, beating 3 thugs at once. Lifting strength definitely goes to Kwon because he's bigger. Physical strength goes to Kwon as well. Durability goes to Kwon. Speed goes to Kwon. Agility goes to Lee. IQ goes to Lee. Battle IQ goes to Kwon. Skill goes to Lee. Combat for Kwon. Abilities for Lee. Experience for Kwon. Battle experience goes to Kwon. Offense and punches goes to Kwon. Defense and kicks also goes to Kwon because Kwon has really good kicks that I want to learn. Punches and kicks together goes to Kwon. Both offense and defense goes to Lee because he was doing both offense and defense. Attack potency or AP goes to Lee. Destructive capacity. Never mind. Destructive capacity DC goes to Kwon. AP plus DC goes to both. Stamina goes to Lee. Endurance goes to Kwon. Reflexes goes to Kwon. Hacks goes to Kwon. Power goes to Kwon. And feats go to Kwon. Combat speed and reaction speed goes to Lee. And travel speed for Kwon. So, who is the winner? You guys might want to close your eyes or do a drum roll, whatever you want to do, but the winner is Kwon. 20-11, and the difficulty is extreme. I mean, Lee could beat Kwon in a fight, but he has to do better in his offense and defense. So that's the second episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more episodes just like this one, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Type down in the comments what you want me to do next. I'll be open for any ideas, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.